Hello, I'm your host, Sterling McKinley, and you're watching the Binge-Worthy Branding Podcast, where we teach you how to build a brand that attracts a cult-like following and builds customer loyalty. So thank you again for being here. Let's get started. So tonight's webinar, it's not tonight's live stream, sorry, is entitled Breaking Bad Habits. So what does that mean? So it goes back to TV. One of my favorite shows of all time is Breaking Bad. So a few years back, I was new to Breaking Bad and didn't know what it was. But, I always tell this story. I remember sitting down one night on a Sunday night before the new work week, and I was planning to watch just one episode. But one episode turned to two, three, four, five, six. And before I knew it, I watched an entire season and a half of Breaking Bad. And, by that time, it was about 3:30 in the morning. I had to get a few hours of sleep, and then I had to race to work. So, I tell that story because I think about a new trend now in marketing and branding, and that's short form content. So, I think that's really been popular now because of social media. So, think about reels, think about stories on Facebook, on Instagram, TikTok, all these short form stories, short form video. And while I do agree it's important to have that short form content for your customers, you want to have that longer content as well. And, I think some of that short content can be used kind of as a demo, as a trailer to get their attention. And hopefully they come back to your page, your website, YouTube channel, and learn more about your product or your service. But I kind of want to break a misnomer about having content. So there's this thought now that all content has to be bite-sized, has to be quick. And that's true in some aspects, but in a lot it's not. So I think the key is not necessarily focusing on how short or how long your content is. I mean, of course, you don't want content that's 1 second long. You don't want content that's, 5 hours long per se. But it's about finding that happy medium, that content length. But more importantly, it's about having content that's engaging, content that reaches out and speaks to your viewer, your customer. Think about it. I would say look at your analytics, whether that's in platforms such as Facebook, YouTube, in those platforms, or even if something like Google Analytics. Look at that content. Look at that analytics. And from that, you can see what content, what trends, what terms people are gravitating to. Then I say create content around that data. Once again, create content around that data. And that's how you're going to pull people in. So once again, it's not about having content that's the right length. Yes, that's important, but I think more important having content that resonates with that person, because let's say now is tax season and I'm looking for somebody to prepare my taxes. Yes, there may be a reel that gets my attention, but then I come back to the main page and guess what? I'll watch every page. I'll go to the YouTube channel. I'll sign up for their training. Why? Because I really want to know what they offer and how can they help me. So once again, I think it's about keying on what is your customer's pain point? What is the thing they're trying to solve? Because if I'm just browsing, that's different. But when we go online, I believe a lot of times we have purpose. We're going on to find something. We're going on to find an accountant, a lawyer, a doctor, a shirt, whatever. And we're going to search and we're going to find that. And guess what? When we find that company or that brand that is talking about that product or service or item, and they have content on that, that's going to pull us in. So once again, it's changing the way we create content. I said this last week, but I think in the age of analytics and data, we have to stop guessing what our customers like, guessing what our customers want, because we already know and we already have data. We already have their shopping, their viewing, their searching, their buying trends. Great. So now we have that information. Let's build content around that. So once again, it's not all about length. It's about the quality of your content and if that content is connecting with that person. Because once again, just like the name of my book, Binge-Worthy Branding, it's all about creating that branding that pulls people in again and again. Think about your favorite snack, ice cream, cookies, whatever it is. You keep eating that food. Why? Because something about that, is in line with what you want. And that's why you go back again and again. So, as far as your content, approaching your content like that, once again, it's not all about having bite-sized content, but it's about creating that content that is really in line with what they want. And I think now, as marketers, as business owners, we spend so much time, we waste so much time, energy creating content experiences. And by that I mean your website, your blog, white paper videos that just don't work, that people don't want to see. Why? Because once again, I think we are guessing. We are creating content without having a customer in mind. So when you're creating your content, your video, social media, I think the first thing you have to do is not consider what you want to talk about, but consider your customer. What do they want to hear about? What they want to see? And then create your content around that. So once again, that is so important. This was a quick episode of the podcast today. I'll be back on next Tuesday at 5 p.m. and we'll talk more about ways that you can build a brand that not only creates a cult-like following, but builds customer loyalty. Take care. Bye.